Good morning, pregame crew. It is Tuesday, January 25th, 2022, 8:21 a.m. Eastern, 6:21 a.m. Mountain Time. I'm Char Gallery. You are at the pregame show. Audio-visual check, please. Hi, Joe Morris, Blue Dog, Night Truck, Scott, Greg, Roger. Hey, Mary. Thanks, Chuck. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all being here. Buongiorno to you, Ronnie. Hey, Mustang. How are you? Keggers. Hope you are well. Good morning, Veronica. And I am going to just venture on a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right, wrong, but my guess is 80% of traders yesterday did not catch that bounce, and that's perfectly okay. We had members express their, I don't want to say FOMO, but that's just an easy word to use to just encapsulate a feeling, that fear of missing out, and they did miss out on that bounce. I just want you to know the market hasn't bounced like that since, what was the data? March 2019? Yes, March 2019, and before that, 2008. And I remember that March one 2 years ago, oh my God, 3 years ago, that was after an FOMC meeting and it just ripped. But it was one of our biggest reversals in market history. Top 4 in the last 21 years. So if you weren't prepared for it, that probably means you're normal. Hey Adam. Hey Gary, Jessica, Jason, Nelly, Amira, Asia. Thanks, Roger. Bonjour, Chris. Hey Lisa, BB Junkie, Dono, George, Wakilla, Jay McNeil, good morning. Yeah, it was 2000, 2008. And I think there was one in 2018. I'd have to go back and check. But I just want you to know overall, as Dan said, it was an anomaly day. So it was just a day that was very strange. The amount of capitulation that we had yesterday. And in hindsight, I'm not going to claim to have identified it during the actual move down yesterday. But in hindsight, I remember Dan's video from May. So if you're a TCG member, you probably heard Dan go live, and he went live during the crypto. Actually, was he going live or? Yes, he was. Anyway, he was going over the crypto capitulation in May, and the way that he went play by play, and he said that, you know, the brokers jamming up, that's one of your clues that you are reaching max capitulation. I thought that was brilliant. And yesterday we had everyone in the chat room. Fidelity's not working. Thinkorswim's not working. TradingView is jamming up. Everything's lagging. In hindsight, that was a very, very good clue that we may be reaching a short-term bottom. Hey, James, same thing. I agree. James, same with me. Ra, hey, Jorge. Hey, Nelly, good. Hey, James. I have AMC on the list for a change. Good morning. Let's look at AMC now. So I am looking short AMC. AMC, they were ripping AMC this morning on CNBC, and that is not a reason into itself to short anything, but the daily RSI is pretty overbought, so we may need a more meaningful bounce. However, shorting at 17.29 makes sense, and then just stop out if you're wrong. But that's one of the few shorts I have on my list today is AMC. And this is a weird day for me, a very weird day. We have a lot going on this week, and it's going to be hard for me to come in here and tell you to take big positions and to position yourself heavily when we have all of these things looming. So we're just going to take it one step at a time, one chart at a time. Oh, awesome, Ronnie. Good. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Any other chart requests before I get going? Thank you. Hey, Jonathan, how are you? So if you want to get a cheap look-see at my list, so this is my actual list, and then when we get to XLF, I'm going to do a review of the banks. I found some interesting things I just wanted to point out. Yesterday, I mentioned correlations. I mentioned leaders and laggards and how to trade them. And sometimes it's clear, sometimes it's not. And I found some interesting things when I was digging around in the banks this morning. So I just want to share that with you. I have some notes to start the day. If you're a TCG member and you join technical analysis Q&A yesterday. I was on it for about an hour. I wouldn't say I did a great job. I was asked about my preparation for this show, and it was kind of funny listening to me try to articulate it. I sound ignorant because it's like tying my shoe. I just get up and I just do it, and having to say, wait, how do I prepare for the show? It was kind of odd, but we did have some great conversations about holding on to winners, letting a winner run. I call that POSO. So I'm actually going to type that on the screen now. POSO, play out or stop out. It's so important to leave a runner on, in my opinion, because newer traders are not patient with winners and they're typically too patient with losers. And that type of risk reward lopsidedness is just, you're not going to get ahead in the game. You have to leave a runner on. So play out or stop out. Good morning, Wave. So good to see you back. Hey, Argilio. Happy birthday to you, Trader TV. Happy birthday, Adam Perp. Okay, let's look at Adam Perp. So bears are going to be waiting right here on Adam, okay? Right there at 42.14. We're ways away. Let's look at the 4-hour. Shockingly, we do not have a 4-hour uptrend. So let me show you. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, higher high. So we need to get over this higher high to confirm this trend change from this lower low dip. We're breaking bear out of 4-hour inside bars right now. And we got a little bit of a head and shoulders going on the hourly. Sorry about all the drawings. So 34.87 and 34.79 are your next supports. Resistance 36.92, 37.23. Link. This would be interesting if this could develop a potential inverse head and shoulders here. It's a wonky head. Like you wouldn't want to see a human with a head like this and a right shoulder like this. But nonetheless, the psychology's there. 1595 resistance, 1666 resistance. Support 1459, 1348. We are losing this we have lost the 15-minute uptrend. So on any bounce, bears will be waiting at 1549. Oh, thanks, Adam. I appreciate it. Amira Asia, yeah, I think they recorded it. It is hard for me to change my routine. So I'm not used to being on the Q&A session. So I was trading, modding the room, and on the Q&A session, and I probably didn't need to do all of those things at once. But I appreciate the kind words. Hey, Topher. Hey, Rob. Yeah, hit the like button. Why don't ya? Yep, Doge was up after Elon tweeted he would eat a Happy Meal if McDonald's accepted Doge. Do you know that I have my most viral video I've ever done on TikTok, which my goal is to get started with TikTok again this year, was on Dogecoin. And you know why it went viral? Well, first of all, I had a pretty decent prediction in it. It was right before Super Bowl last year, and before Elon went on SNL and Doge made a run for it. It was pretty fun. But it went viral because I said Dodge. I said Dogecoin, and these people went nuts. So it's so funny. You can really irritate people, and that still makes you go viral. It was nuts. I think I had 100,000 or 150,000 views. It was wild. Okay, SOS. This looks like a dumpster fire. No offense. You have one support left, 51 cents. Besides the low of yesterday, 56 cents. You need to get over 6857 and 7009 for an hourly trend change. This is a rough looking, my grandma would say this is a rough looking codger. This is rough. Okay. It is my workout time. You know, MG, I haven't gone. I hurt my knee. I haven't gone to Orange Theory in 2 weeks. And that's another thing that's gotten me off my game mentally. I can tell my anxiety comes back up when I don't stick to my routine and do healthy things. So I'm going to figure out what's going on with my knee. Woke up this morning, made a very healthy smoothie. So going to get back on the health thing and just try to make myself feel better while I wait for my knee to resolve itself. Exactly, Ronnie. Absolutely, Sergio. And that's what That's not your name, Sergio. Sorry. But yes, closing a partial position to put yourself risk-free, and then let one scale ride on the posto. So Dono wants Ampol. Is this it? Yep, okay. My neighbor just bought the loudest truck in history. You could probably hear him warming it up. Okay, higher high, higher low, lower high, and will we set a higher low compared to 27.77? That's the key support. And this weekly EQ on the 4-hour, we are oversold. Okay, this is important. We are 4-hour oversold, scouting a weekly higher low, which is typically a good place to buy. It's in the oil space, so oil has been in a downtrend. We have API estimates this afternoon. Don't forget that at 4:30 Eastern, and inventory tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern. Need to get over 29.12. But look at this. Downtrend when the whole market was bouncing up here and having a rager of a day. This thing is making lower highs and lower lows. So careful with this name. All right, let's get started. How are y'all? I hope you are well. I hope you had a decent trading day yesterday. I hope your number one job was risk management. I hope you stuck to your rules. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis. So this is who I am. Follow me on Twitter. I am part of the Chart Guys, and we have a community, and we have a Slack community, and we share a lot of data with each other, a lot of setups, a lot of trades. It's a lot of fun, and we help you work through the psychological aspects of trading along with technical analysis. And what I do here every morning is I go over indices, commodities, cryptos, movers and shakers of the day. And all I ask in return from you is to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notify button. So you ready for all my notes today? I have a lot. I need to get a new notepad. This white hurts my eyes. I kept singing in my head Dave Matthews Band, so much to say, because I kept adding and adding and adding to my notes. And it told me the complexity of our current situation. And that type of complexity should not propel us to act, especially act in a quick way. We need to be very methodical here. We are pinched. Isn't that a saying like in baseball when somebody's pinched in between? Like I feel pinched right now in the market. I feel great bounce yesterday, FOMC tomorrow, Microsoft earnings after hours, Apple's earnings, Tesla earnings. I feel pinched, and I don't have to trade every day. I am not an institutional trader, and that's my gift. Not my gift, but my privilege. That is a flex. I can flex on the market every day. Hey, I don't have to get up and do this. So I love trading and I love charts, but I don't have to put my money to work. Sometimes money just needs a rest day, you know? So FOMC tomorrow. We have all these big earnings this week. This morning, I noticed lots of downgrades that were pretty savage. Affirm and Net, they cut it wasn't Net, sorry. UPST, they cut like half their value, like Affirm from $150 to $55 or something. If you're a TCG member, go check out the news channel. I have it in there, and I called it out because it was really notable. Airline downgrades galore. I noticed solar downgrades galore. So when you see these groups of stocks get hit, so you have to remember, okay, maybe Jets ETF is an ETF to play short today. If Timber, if you're listening, I know you like shorting and trading Jets. That may be a trade today. I did notice some unusual bounces. Let's look at D-Dog. D-Dog broke the high of Friday and finished with a bullish engulfing candle. So D-Dog was amazing. Adobe, bullish engulfing candle. So these packaged software names, they got hit really, really hard. So it was pretty notable that those names got good bounces. So if we're looking for higher lows, any name that broke the high of Friday is positioned better bullishly. Now, if you're only trading an oversold bounce, it's probably cooled off the RSI somewhat. So in this case, Adobe's no longer daily oversold. 4-hour not oversold, weekly not oversold. So that may not be a case to play long if that's what you're looking to play today, but it also is positioned very well with lots of space for a higher low. So that stood out to me. Software was definitely stronger. So even names like XPI that our room was following like a hawk We did not get a bullish engulfing candle. We did not break the high of Friday. So those DDOG and Adobe names were notable. All right, let's keep going. Nevada. Can you tell I used to live in Nevada? NVDA acquisition may be off. So NVIDIA was going to acquire a company, and there's some type of regulatory issue. They may not be able to finish the acquisition. They would not get refunded $1.25 billion. And this is what I've heard on the internet with trusted sources like Live Squawk and The Fly, Street News. So I just put a question mark there because I, of course, am not that close to the situation and don't know for sure. But price action tells me it's most likely true. NVIDIA is really weighing here on NASDAQ, in my opinion. The NASDAQ feels a lot heavier than it should because of NVIDIA's down 4% because of this news headline. And semis really are the engine behind the NASDAQ. They can really run it. And then we're having negative correlations like AMD, who's pulling back harder as well, 2.79%, because they're getting hit by Brother Bear's bad news. Okay, I'm so sorry. We have mods. They monitor chat. It's so hard for me to rip through these charts and monitor chat. So y'all are just going to have to be patient with me. When I get to the end, I'll try to answer any outstanding questions that I see. All right. Watching crypto again for clues. Bitcoin was the canary yesterday. We were saying yesterday morning, hey, watch for 15-minute trend changes on Bitcoin to give us a clue that it could happen in the market. Will it be the canary? It led us to the downside. Bitcoin was breaking bear back here before the market. Would it be our canary back to the upside? Sure enough, it was. So that was fun. It was fun if you got the correlation and took advantage of it. And sometimes it's fun even if you're not trading it and making money. It's just good to see these charts play out in a way you're like, okay, I've seen that again. All right. You're logging hours under your trading belt, and every time you see it, you're going to get better at it the next time you see it. VIX, steady climb overnight. VIX is very concerning up here. We just broke bull on the hourly. We broke over this 33.36. We hit 33.90. However, on the 4-hour, aggressive VIX bears could be looking to short this high of 38.94. I think that is a decent risk reward short. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm back to the same chart again, the VIX. I'm looking for a lower high to mark the temporary bottom in the market and set those hourly higher lows. And then it's up to the market bulls to go get those higher highs over yesterday's high immediately. It's up to them. They got to do it. US 10-year has been rocking overnight. That is not good for the tech bulls. And I noticed the US 10-year, even though the 2-year is up more, the 10-year was stronger in that it got this hourly higher high, higher low. And US 10-year struggled right here. It bobbled and then broke to a lower low. So we need the US 10-year, Red Rover, send US 10-year on over, roll over. And we need the US 10-year to roll over as well. Get a lower high and roll over. And higher yields bring about higher interest rates, and higher interest rates are not good for the net present value of tech stocks. They have a lot of debt on their book, and they have high PE ratios, and interest rate hikes are not good for tech stocks. So we need these two to chill out. So it was notable. Yesterday, I didn't get any clues from the 2-year or 10-year as what would happen with the market. They just seemed overall mellow. But the VIX, I was thinking, if we get that weekly lower high, which we didn't, we got a weekly higher high on VIX right there. But look how many times this happens. We break and then we melt down. We break and then we melt down. So that's what the bulls, or the market bulls, VIX bears, are hoping to happen. This bull break was just a temporary thing and melt back down. Okay, sorry for all my notes, y'all. I'm very verbose this morning. Apple. Apple's giving giving back a ton in pre-market. We don't need this to happen, okay? Oh, what did I just do? Yikes, move to, hate when I do that. Move to new pane below. Was that painful for y'all to watch? I don't know, it's painful for me to watch. So Apple, let's go to the hourly. Apple's given back a ton. So if we look at the low from yesterday to the high, we are back at the golden pocket. We've given back about 65% of that move. That is not good. We want to get back 0.382, and that gets us closer to a higher high. So Apple could be the fly in the ointment today if we get a lower high on the hourly, and then we could be forced. Here's the key point for the day that I didn't even type out. If Apple is unable to break yesterday's high, stay range bound, daily inside bars are likely. And that would make sense, where everything kind of stays mellow while we wait for Uncle Jerome tomorrow and to see what he's going to do, see what's going to happen with these earnings. That would make sense. So Apple is giving me inside bar day vibes, inside bar day vibes. I'm really getting that strong from Apple. So we will see. So that means you could get chopped up today. What happens on inside bar days? Y'all know what happens. It's the drunk girl walking home from the bar with a broken heel. It's just very random when your inside volume goes down, liquidity dries up, and then you just have some very erratic price movement that's hard to trade. So if Apple forces us inside and then it forces the whole market inside, and yes, Apple is that powerful, then we may have a slow day. AMC, I like short, and I'm going to like AMC short until it's $2. Is that a bias? Yes. Am I trading it like that? No. Why? Because I have a bias. So I don't trade. I sound like Sue Aikens from Life Below Zero, constantly asking herself questions and then answer it. Sorry for that conversation style. I'll change that. But I don't trade it because I have a bias. This name has ripped off a bunch of retail investors and it breaks my heart, so I stay away from it. If I have an emotion about a stock, I'm not going to trade it. However, I do like the stock technically short against 17.29. Netflix. So I always post, not always, but a lot of times I will post big dark pool prints in our chat room so people can put them on their charts. And this is how I use them. I put it on the chart and I say, okay, if price is above, it's bullish, price below, it's bearish. It becomes a new support resistance. It's a synthetic support resistance, but it's good to know. So it's good to know Netflix has one at 37514. Huge dark pool prints came in yesterday. Huge, big ones. I'm talking big. So this is not that big of a pullback, actually. We're not even at the 0.382 on a pullback. So I like Netflix long because Netflix is still oversold on the weekly. Weekly RSI 26, daily RSI 10. I don't think this bounce has even started yet. So Netflix is definitely on my radar. You can see it here. I'm watching Apple to tell me if we're going to stay inside. I'm watching Netflix for a potential pullback buy. And XBI, I have a long position like most of TCG, and I would love to add to it if that works out. And I may pump the brakes because of FOMC tomorrow. We will see. Do I need to go back to my notes? Probably. Okay, bullish reversal candles need confirmation. We've got hammers everywhere. It's hammer time everywhere, but they need confirmation. Hourly 50 MAs is key for most names. So let's go look at RTY. See, RTY is over it. It's one of the few names that's over it. ES below. So it's the yellow line here, y'all. So the yellow line's the hourly 50 MA. ES below. NQ below. YM below. RTY above. So RTY was definitely a better performer yesterday. It was the most beat up, and it's over the hourly 50 MA. That's going to be key for me today. And then we'll review bank names. And I was reading a lot of headlines yesterday. The bear move flushed out a lot, majority of the new COVID retail traders, which is sad if it's true. But I do believe there was a certain degree of that yesterday with that capitulation and the fear that we saw in the market. And we talked about the tip when the broker's jamming up. All right. I've been talking for 15 minutes and I haven't even given y'all a key level. So here's kind of the layout of the day. Conservative bulls are going to be looking to nail 4-hour higher lows compared to yesterday's low. Conservative bears are going to wait till price gets closer to 44.1150 to look for a top fish. And we're set up nicely on a lot of charts for a potential inverse head and shoulders. And this looks better, I think, on the 4-hour. So we got lots of inverse head and shoulders setting up out there. Now, it would take a lot to get them to work because Apple is a thorn in our side right now. And I wanted to just show you the degree that NASDAQ has pulled back. We're clinking onto that 0.382 where Apple's down at 0.618. So that's good. We have a lot of NASDAQ names that are helping pull Apple up even or balance out the impact that Apple is having on the NASDAQ. But NVIDIA is weighing down on it. RTY. RTY resistance 2025, 2038. We just broke the support 1996.3. 1925 is that key support. YM had a ton of names reporting this morning. We had 3M, which I still believe I still think is part of the Dow. We need to confirm that. But Johnson & Johnson, I'm trying to think of the names. GE, I think GE's out now though. Anyway, lots of names. So we just broke 33,855 by $11. I would still call that a double bottom. Resistance 34,253, 34,358. We went over that. Bitcoin, we need Bitcoin to get a 4-hour higher high. 37574, the high of yesterday morning's move or yesterday afternoon move. We need to get over that level, and that would make me feel a lot better being bullish the market and buying these higher low attempts. Ethereum, need to get over 348336. Gold, here are your key levels. Gold is bouncing here. The dollar has been super strong overnight, so it must be taking a breather. Those are your resistances. Nice volume on gold. I don't like oil here. I don't like it for a bullish or bearish trade, especially with API estimates after hours. Support 81.90, resistance 84.55. Nat gas, very erratic. Hourly higher high, higher low. 4012 is your resistance, then 4068. Support 389, 3889, and then 3876. Don't like it here at all. These ranges are too big, and you're basically setting up. Even though this is not at the top of a pattern, I just don't like this pattern at all. The ranges are too big. I can't fit safely inside those ranges with my stops nearby. I think of my stops like it's a little security blanket. I need them close by. Apple, we already talked about you. AMC, talked about you. Netflix, Nvidia. Piton, John's Charts posted this in our chat room, and I like this top fish setup. We were looking long yesterday, and that worked. I like a top fish of 30.27, and I would give it to like 30.30. Your next support, 28.75, then 26.66. Top fish on Peloton. XBI, let's see, how much have we pulled back? I just put this on here because I know so many people are interested, but I wanted to show you how it's holding up so nicely in pre-market, holding that 0.382. And bulls are going to want to see that 0.382 hold and then go get over yesterday's high to show that that temporary bottom is in. Nice bull climax. This is looking great. Let's see if it works. Okay, now XLF. So scouting weekly higher low, 4-hour oversold, gap fill from daily. So we hit 36.82. So we broke this. This is my notes from yesterday. We broke this by 39 cents and bounced. And we're holding on to that weekly 50 MA, which I like. So I like XLF. It's a little bit stronger than others, but I just brought this up as a segue into these 4 names. So I want you to look at Wells Fargo. Let's look at Wells Fargo. I know it sounds crazy, but it's in a daily uptrend. Look at this big pullback. It's still in a daily uptrend, even though it's terrible looking. The daily gap filled, this gap right here, 4-hour oversold, while the daily's holding 50 RSI. This would be my first choice in XLF for a bounce buy. So let's look at the 4-hour. 4-hour got oversold. We bounced. So that's why you said, okay, yesterday, Lori, what of the 4 bank names would you look to dip by? Definitely Wells Fargo. Daily uptrend, 4-hour oversold. Yes, please. And the daily is holding this 50 RSI. So Wells Fargo is positioned better bullishly. Now on a bounce, we'd still be looking for a daily lower high here, but it's positioned better than, let's say, Bank of America. Bank of America got a beautiful double bottom by 11 cents yesterday, but it is not in a daily uptrend like Wells Fargo is. But we're going from from strongest to weakest. So Wells Fargo looks good. Bank of America looks okay. GS got killed last week on earnings. They look terrible. But we're still looking for that monthly higher low. And JPM we got a monthly lower low. So I just wanted to show you, if you're looking at a sector and you say, okay, what name should I be looking to dip by? Look at the one that's positioned best. And sometimes, yes, you want to go with the most beat up name, but if you're in a daily uptrend like Wells Fargo is, then let's take advantage of that daily uptrend with 4-hour oversold. That's the name to play. So yesterday, I couldn't find examples, or someone asked me about laggards correlations, but I thought this was a good example of if you're looking in a specific sector to go compare names. So Wells Fargo is in a daily uptrend. Bank of America, weekly uptrend, double bottom. GS, monthly uptrend. JPM lost the monthly uptrend. A specific example of all four of these, yes, we have dead cat bounces all the way around. It's dead cat until we see trend changes. Trend changes make it something more than just a dead cat bounce. Yes, I can look at ARC. Lots of dead cat talk, huh? ARC had major volume climax last Friday, I guess. No. Yesterday. Duh. Yesterday. If we could get over yesterday's high, I'd feel better about potentially attempting a swing. Would love to buy this for a swing in my long-term account. On the hourly, this is not a bad pullback. We got to get over yesterday's high, 73.57 BK. Trader TV, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Oh, thank you, Camo Monkey. I'm a fan of yours. Okay, Tilray, let's look at BK. Oh, Lisa and her BK. Okay, well, this is interesting, Lisa, because we just looked at all the banks. So yours is in a weekly uptrend. So it's up here with Bank of America. So Wells Fargo daily, Bank of America weekly, GS monthly, JPM lost all three. So this is definitely a relative outperformer within XLF. Weekly uptrend. Daily, we lost it. 4 hour got oversold, looking for the weekly high or low, so that bounce makes sense. And it's not pulling back terribly, and pre-market looks good. Need to hold yesterday's low and get over yesterday's high to feel more confident the temporary bottom is in. Shop was so much fun yesterday. I saw $120,000 of call buying come in here. I didn't follow the trade because I don't follow call buying by itself. But it was interesting. Then the news got released about here that it's updating its shipping speed time. So yeah, it was a wonderful, wonderful move. It, however, did not break Friday's high. So now we need to hold this low of pre-market. And as soon as the bell opens, get over yesterday's high and that hourly 50 MA. I thought O did great. O got over Friday's high. So I thought O did great yesterday. It's just not as exciting as other names because it's a big dividend name and we have dividend coming up. It's 25 cents per month. We have one coming up January 31st. So what's that, next week? So bullish engulfing candle looks great. Just now it needs to hold. See ya. I'll look at Tilray. Tilray's getting beat up in pre-market. 69.36. I would say we got a double bottom still right here at 69.36, 69.43. So we may need to come back, get a higher low, and then go get over that level decisively. But it got over Friday's high, so definitely a relative outperformer. And key support 66.31 to keep this hourly uptrend. Tilray. It gave back 50% of yesterday's move. It has some high pre-market volume. When I saw it earlier, it was down at like 550. So it is bouncing just ever so slightly. Got to get over 585. Do y'all see the hurdle? Get over high of yesterday, and that automatically gets you over the hourly 50 MA. High of yesterday, hourly 50 MA. Clear those two hurdles, and you're looking a little better than your next resistance, 608. You're welcome, Julius. HD. And I'm sorry if I'm skipping names. I'm trying so hard to go through these and cover everybody. Home Depot, weekly is in a downtrend. We dropped below 50 RSI. Monthly, we're in an uptrend. Okay. Bullish engulfing candle. Daily got oversold in a weekly uptrend, and boom. Bullish engulfing. Now we need to confirm it today. In order to confirm it, hold the pullback, hold that line, then get over yesterday's high. Position a little bit better. That's a pretty good bounce, and we're over the hourly 50 MA. You're welcome. You're welcome. Anything, if it has a chart, Austin, it's appropriate for this type of analysis. We are here to help. Okay, Williams Sonoma. It did not break the low of Friday, which is different. A lot of these names broke the low of Friday and then bounced hard. It held Friday's low, so that's kind of interesting. Was not oversold on the, oh, yeah. Positioned very well. It's plenty above that hourly 50 MA, plenty of room for an hourly higher low. Your support 14492, low of day 13975. You're welcome, Chan. Okay, ATVI. Affirm is dangerous. They got a pretty bad upgrade this morning, so caution on that. ATVI, we know it has this deal at $87 or $89 with Microsoft, but these deals can always fall through, so just remember that. Don't get stuck in your head, $89 and it has to work, it has to work, it has to work. It doesn't have to do anything. And you can tell this is super weak compared to everything else. We close with the hourly bear flag. Now we got a double bottom at 79.45. Super important to hold, or you're looking down gap fill at, well, the gap closes way down here, but your next support would be 76.65 and then 72.14. Affirm. Pretty bad downgrade this morning. It's not pulling back terribly considering, but it did have a big bounce. It's holding the 0.382. You go. 54.97 is that 0.382 hold. Your support $55 and after hours level, and then 54.72. Resistance 58.89, then 60.27. You're welcome. The market is designed to cause the most pain to the most people because we are humans, duh. And these charts, all these charts are is it charts human emotions. That's it. And human emotions, like look at ARK, perfect example of human emotion. When we just get scared and everybody sells everything, then we reach that max capitulation. So again, the market's designed to inflict the most amount of pain to the most amount of people. I'm going to get back to Affirm. I guess I covered. I never look at P-call here. I only look at it on Thinkorswim. Oh, a P-call yesterday hit. Let me get back to a chart. Hit over 1.15. And it just showed, it just showed that there was a lot of people loading up on puts. And what did I tell y'all yesterday? We don't want to shorten the whole. Why are we shorting on daily oversold? What are we doing? So that was the problem. Is right about, let me show you on SPY, it's easier. Here is when the P-call ratio hit the highest. Put to call ratio right there. How fascinating is that? So more people loaded on the side of the boat with puts, and then boom, the boat tips. Happens every time, every single time. So the market is designed to inflict the most pain on the most amount of people. So don't be the schmuck. There's always going to be a schmuck. Don't be the schmuck. And I know it's hard to tell who the schmuck is. And every day that you live to trade another day, you're going to get better at not being the schmuck. And sorry if that's a little crude, but it's true. Okay, BA. Silver and then BA. Is this what I wanted? I usually want that one. Silver has plenty of room for a daily higher low compared to 22.82. Hourly, we're in a downtrend. Got to get over 23.88.5 to get an hourly higher high, then get that hourly higher low. On the weekly, we're in an uptrend, but odds favor a lower high compared to 25.49, and we've got to set that higher low. What did someone ask me? BA. Okay. BA has enough room for a weekly higher low. Got a nice hammer yesterday. I don't see this one as clearly. I mean, odds favor a higher low compared to 19251. Then we got to get over 204.98. All right, I went a little over today just to answer some more chart questions that I don't normally get to, because I appreciate you immensely. If you could hit that like button, I would really appreciate it. If you could hit the subscribe button, I'd really, really appreciate it. And TCGers, I will see you in the room, and I will be going live midday. I will be covering, it's my Tuesday midday show. Dan will be live. Dan's live now, and then he'll be live end of day. All right. Use stop losses.